Hey, Pentakis.
Hi, Newmeyer. How are you?
I'm doing good. How are you doing, Leonard?
I'm doing great. I have beer, so I'm good.
Okay.
And we're both wearing Epcot shirts.
If you're doing great, then that can't be your first beer.
Uh-oh.
No, it's my second beer. You're right.
Well said. Epcot Center,
Epcot.
Everyone. Epcot Center. Yes.
Center.
Center.
Epcot Center, not just Epcot.
No. Proprietor of Atomic Books. He's real mean. Real mean. Like,
We blocked the sightlines for
With the portion of DVC stuff? Or?
Yeah.
Hey, it's Newmeyer.
Yeah. Somebody, did you see on that recent, I think it was on Reddit, I don't know where it was, where they were like, oh, you know, this looks good and all, but I blame Dark Side of Disney for the Fast Pass debacle that's going on now. And they were like, what?
Like, I wish I could take credit for a $2 billion project that had failed. Yeah, sure, I'll take that.
First we're going to start with Leonard Kinsey, who I think he came here a couple of years ago. He had to wear a mask because Disney was after him. We were getting weird calls from people, and then they would hang up, and we were pretty sure it was Disney spies, and I'm exaggerating a little bit, but he did have to wear a mask. But as you can see, there's been progress in that regard.
It was the smell of death and peppermint that had first brought Habst to Charlie Walker's attention. Everyone in the company had heard of Charlie, of course. His single-handed takedown of a terrorist organization that had planned to kill a bunch of people on Space Mountain was legendary. But Habst hadn't met the guy in person. He tried to avoid anyone from security whenever possible. So he wasn't exactly thrilled when his supervisor told him he'd been summoned to Charlie's office above Main Street. "Why do I need to go exactly?" asked Habst. "Don't ask questions, just go," said his supervisor. "Okay, but why? That information is on a need-to-know basis, and you don't need to know." "That's ridiculous. I mean, I'm going to find out when I get there, right?" "Maybe you will, maybe you won't. You don't actually have any idea why he called me up there, do you?" "Sure I do." "Okay, so tell me then." "Now." "Yes." "Shut the fuck up and get your ass to security, Habst." "You shut up." "You're fired." "Does that mean I don't have to go to security?" "No. Go to security, then you're fired." "So if I don't go, I won't be fired?" "No, you're fired either way." "So what's the point in me going then?" "God damn it, Habst, get your ass to security. I promise I won't fire you if you just go now." "Okay, I guess I'll go then." "Thank you. Christ." So Habst trudged slowly through the utilidors to Main Street, took the stairway up to building M05, and knocked on Charlie's door. "Come in," said a strong voice. Habst opened the door and walked into a windowless, threadbare office. The walls were yellow-painted concrete blocks, completely devoid of any art, photos, certificates, or awards. Charlie's desk was only slightly less bare. On it were an ancient HP Pavilion desktop, a phone, an air freshener shaped like a Mickey waffle, and a single framed photo that faced toward the famous detective. "Close the door behind you," said Charlie. Habst closed the door. "Take a seat," said Charlie. Habst sat. "You're Reginald?" "Habst." Charlie looked over at his computer monitor, squinted, and turned back to Habst. "Okay, Habst. Do you know why I've called you here?" "No, but whatever it is, I didn't do it." Charlie nodded and looked back at his computer. "Seems like you've received a lot of reprimands for being caught in backstage areas that you're not authorized to be in." "That's not true." "No point in lying, Habst. I might be new, but I'm not stupid. It's all right here in front of me," said Charlie, pointing to the screen. "You definitely have a long list of reprimands." "Oh, yeah, that part is true. I just meant the part about not being authorized to be there. I'm a janitor. I'm pretty much authorized to be wherever there's dirt." "That's an interesting leap of logic. Says here you were caught on the roof of Columbia Harbor House last week." "Yeah, the roof was dirty." "It also says that the security officer who caught you claimed that the whole area reeked of marijuana." "I had bad gas." "Your gas smells like marijuana?" "Apparently." "Uh-huh. Okay, look, enough of this nonsense." "Yeah, I agree. Enough of this nonsense. Enough." Charlie stared at Habst. Habst smiled. Charlie sighed. Look, the fart talk is surprisingly apropos here. Guest Services has recently received numerous complaints of a strange smell on Main Street. More specifically, the smell of a dead animal. At first it was just dismissed as a rat that had died in an event somewhere, but apparently it's getting worse. Oh yeah, I totally smelled that last night. You did? Well good, because I need you to help me track it down. Huh? What do you care? I don't see why this has anything to do with security. And why me? Anyone in custodial should be able to find a dead rat in an event. No, I don't think so. I think it's going to be a little more difficult than that. I have a hunch about the smell, and I need someone who knows every nook and cranny of this place to help me track it down. When I contacted custodial with that very request, your supervisor immediately recommended you. Wait, so now it's a good thing that I'm always sneaking around backstage? I don't know if that's the right way to look at it, but yeah, see, that's not cool, man. You can't be punishing me for something 1 second and then telling me it's an asset to the company the next. Make up your mind already. Fair enough. How about this? If you help me find where that smell is coming from, I'll wipe those reprimands off your record. Not only that, but I'll tell my staff that as long as you're employed with the company, they are not to detain you if you're found backstage. Even if I'm found somewhere that smells like marijuana farts? Even if you're found somewhere that smells like marijuana farts. You've got yourself a deal. Habst stood up and shook Charlie's hand. Great, said Charlie. Now let's find out where that smell is coming from. Meet me at the hub at midnight. You got it, boss, said Habst.
Entertainment Museum? Geppies Entertainment Museum? What is...
Oh, you went there?
You know what Geppies Entertainment
The
Museum?
second floor is, I mean, comics, pop culture, art. It's awesome. Toys. They got all these old school toys. It's really awesome. Really well done.